Quran warns us about one of the most dangerous diseases. They have eyes with which they do not see. They have ears which with they do not hear. Remember that. Think about that. All you have to do is look around. They're driving. You ask them, okay, how did you get here? Which roads did you turn on? No idea. They don't know. Autopilot mode. I arrived to my destination. How did I get there? No clue. This is a mistake though. الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ربي اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي ربي يسر ولا تعسر وتمم بالخير. Ya Allah, make it easy, do not make it hard, and allow us to complete it with goodness. This dunya has many challenges. It has many threats, many diseases that can afflict our heart and put us in danger. There are numerous diseases in this world. Take a look outside at our generation, look at the world. How many diseases? And I'm not talking about physical diseases, not sicknesses like physical ones, rather spiritual diseases. The Quran warns us about one of the most dangerous diseases. The time of people's judgment has drawn near, yet they are heedlessly turning away. Ghaflah. Such a dangerous disease, one that threatens all of us. Young, old, girl, boy, it doesn't matter. One of the dangers of the world, the dangers to our iman. It's said that ghafla is one of the diseases that leads to all sin, all wrongdoing. It's the root of all evil. Isn't that such immense value that's given to this danger? It's so threatening to us. But what is ghafla? Ghafla can be likened to a deep sleep. When your friend is sleeping so deeply, no matter how much you knock on that door, how much you scream at your friend, no matter how much you shake your friend to wake up, you can't wake them up. Is that right? They don't wake up. You try to spill water on them, you're trying to get them up, come on, you have to go, you have to do this. They don't wake up. Doesn't matter how much you try. This is what ghafla is like, heedlessness. It's being unaware. It's not being able to see. It's not being able to hear. You're so engulfed with this idea that you're gonna live forever, when in reality, how long is this life? It's temporary. It's going to pass. We're all gonna die. Heedlessness is forgetting that. You think that you have all of eternity to live, to make mistakes and then keep making them, and you'll make up for it later on. But that's not how it is. We only have a set amount of time in this dunya. We have to make the most of it. And ghafla, it's a disease where it makes you think that that's not how it is. It's the voice in your head that's like, oh, you don't need to pray right now. You can pray later. You still have time. When in reality, how much time do you have? You have 1 hour, 30 minutes. You don't have all that time. Ghafla is like a veil over your eyes, over your heart. You can't see what's right. You can't see what's wrong. You don't feel, you don't know. It's being oblivious of death. And this is what leads us to say, Ya laytani kuntu turaba. I wish I was dirt. I wish I was a rock, an animal, so I don't have to feel the guilt that I feel right now in the grave. There are many types of ghafla. Many, numerous types. I could count them right now, but I would be here for all day. One of the most dangerous types of ghafla is when you drag your friends, your companions, your brothers, your sisters along with you. It's like a captain of a ship. When he takes the ship down, when the ship sinks, everybody else goes along with him. You're taking those on this journey towards Sirat al-Mustaqim, off the right road, and going towards badness, towards evil. What a dangerous thing. Not only are you affecting yourself, but you're harming your friends, your family. You're saying, oh no, it's okay, I'm not praying yet. You don't need to pray yet either. Oh, it's okay, we can wait a little. It's not too crazy. We have a couple minutes. Another type of ghafla that we often fall into, unfortunately, is being able to remember that Allah is the causer of causes. What does that mean? What's causer of causes? Recognizing that He is the reason why things happen, why we have goodness in our life, and why we have evil in our life. It's forgetting our destitution, our impoverished state. It's forgetting that we are just human. We don't have that much power. We have no power, in fact, in comparison to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Is this right? It's failing to see that. You forget that. And when you forget that Allah is the causer of causes, you think that you're so powerful, that you're unstoppable. You can keep going on and on and on. You think you're on a power rush. How do kings and presidents act when they think that they're the most powerful person? They become so unjust and so unfair. They declare all these evil doings, right? We have to remember we are powerless. We are impoverished in comparison to Allah. Ghafla makes us forget this. There is an ayah in the Quran, Surah Al-Araf, and it says, and we have certainly created for hell many of the jinn and mankind. They have hearts with which they do not understand. They have eyes with which they do not see. They have ears which with they do not hear. Those are like livestock. Rather, they are more astray. It is they who are heedless. Rather, they are more astray. Allah here says that the heedless are like animals. And then he says, no. In fact, these heedless people are not like animals. They are lower than animals. Why? Why does he say this? Because even animals are conscientious of what they are doing. They are aware. Do you guys have cats at home? You guys have cats? When your cat's eating food and you startle your cat, you're walking next to your cat, what does your cat do? It immediately turns around, right? Yeah, exactly. Your cat immediately turns around. You see its little ears moving to left or right or whatever. Your cat is aware. Why are they aware? Why are animals so aware? When you're on the street, I know this is very common for East Coast states. There's lots of deers around here, right? The moment a deer sees a human or hears something, it runs away. They're aware because they have so many things out there threatening them. There's so many evils out there. So they have to be aware, or else what's going to happen? They're going to die. They're going to get eaten. Something bad is going to be afflicted upon these animals. So they are always aware. Allah is saying that we are not even like this. We are beneath animals. Even animals are always aware. They are always aware of their sights, their surroundings, because they know that there are so many threats out there. But how many threats are there to humans? How many threats are there for us? There are so many evils in this world that can cause us to become animal-like, beast-like. And this sounds very scary, but this is the reality of how things are. Allah put these dangers in the world, and it's our duty to be conscientious. It's our duty to be aware. There is a spectrum. So imagine a big spectrum, a bar. And on this spectrum, the lower side is animals. And on the other side, the higher side, is angels. Humans have the ability to fall anywhere upon this spectrum. You can either be animal-like, you can be beast-like, or you can be angelic. You can be as close to an angel as a human could be. Now my question to you is, where do you fall upon that spectrum? Are you animal-like or are you angelic? We want to be angelic. Think about this ayah. Think about what Allah's saying. He's saying the heedless are like animals. We don't want that. We want to be angelic. So think, be conscious, be aware of what's happening, be aware of the threats in this world. A man is like a seed. Humans are like seeds. Imagine you're a seed and Allah has given you food and the sun. He's given you water, He's given you sun, everything you need to become a beautiful tree. Allah is so magnificent. He is so merciful. He's given us everything we need, yet we just heedlessly turn away. We don't see, we don't look, we don't hear. Am I wrong to say that being sent to hell as a punishment is solely an act of justice and being sent to Jannah is just pure generosity? Am I wrong to claim this? We have all that we need to be heedful, conscientious, aware, thoughtful, yet we don't. Look at the clock, look at the date. How fast is time going? This should be something that humbles us. Our life is so short. When you look at the clock, you should say, oh my gosh, another day has passed. I'm already 18. I'm already 19. I'm already 20. Next thing I know, I'm going to be way older and my life is going to come to an end. I'm spending these days not being aware of Allah and His blessings. Remember that. Think about that. If you look around in this generation, and all you have to do is look around, and you will see how heedless everyone is. Look at the drivers. I'm not sure if you guys can drive, but I'm sure you've seen others driving. They drive on autopilot mode. They're in the car, they're driving. You ask them, okay, how did you get here? Which roads did you turn on? No idea. They don't know. Autopilot mode. I can attest that I do this. I arrive to my destination. How did I get there? No clue. This is a mistake though. We have to be conscientious. How am I driving without even thinking? Other things, health neglect. Our generation, our country, they eat things and they don't know what they're eating. They don't know what they're putting in their body. They're not thinking about it. They're not even looking at the ingredients. They're drinking things. They don't know what they're putting in their body. They're taking all kinds of drugs and these things, and they don't know what it is that's going in their body. They don't care. They're careless. The social media overuse, it's turned us into robots. We go on our phone, we look at it immediately, a moment of awkwardness, and you pull out your phone. You're waiting in line, you pull out your phone. You're in the car, you're at a red light. How long do you stay at a red light? Maybe a minute. And you pull out your phone. We've become like robots. You don't even think about what you're doing. It's just become a habit. Social injustices. How many evils are happening in this world? Yet people are turning a blind eye towards it. They're turning around. They're pretending it's not happening. They're acting like there's no evil in this world. They don't care. No one is doing anything. No one is listening. Why? What does this say about us? What does this say about us as a generation, as society? What would our Prophet Muhammad ﷺ say if he saw this generation of Muslims acting like this? What would he do? What would Umar ibn Khattab say? How would he react? He is a very noble companion of our Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, right? We all know Umar ibn Khattab. He lived a life marked by heedlessness. Unfortunately, and if I could ask him, I can assure you all he would be very regretful of the days he lived where he was being ignorant. He was a companion who was, he volunteered to murder our prophet, to kill our prophet. That's how heedless he was. He didn't listen, he didn't care. He marched to Ibn Arqam's house, the only house, by the way, that Muslims could go and worship because they were facing such persecution, such oppression. They had to go to a single house in which they could worship privately. That's how heedless everybody is. That's how ignorant they were, how uneducated they were. They had to worship in this house privately. Umar ibn Khattab, he marched to Ibn Arqam's house to murder, with the intention to murder our prophet. He marched there. He beat his own sister and her husband because he was heedless, because he did not think, he did not hear. Yet the moment he heard the Quran being recited, the moment he truly listened, he lifted the veils over his heart. He said, La ilaha illallah Muhammadun Rasulullah. He became a Muslim when he truly listened. If we want to make our prophet proud, if we want to be able to go to paradise in the afterlife, if we want to have a beautiful garden waiting for us, we have to be aware. There is no other solution to this, or else we're going to be subject to all these diseases and all these evils in this world. Humans are weak, we're fragile. How many diseases do you think we can handle? Each sin creates a little black dot on our heart. We can't handle that much. We need to protect ourselves. In order to not get sick, what do? We take vitamins, right? You take a couple vitamins, you drink lemon water in the morning, you drink tea to protect yourself, because if you get sick, chances are, it's not going to end well for you. We want to protect ourselves as much as we can. Now, there are ways in which we can protect ourselves from ghaflah, from heedlessness. And one of the most important, one of the most crucial elixirs to heedlessness is dhikr, the remembrance of Allah. Remembering Allah. And this is not just by saying your dhikr after prayer, subhanallah, 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 alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah. It's not that. It's not just that. Dhikr, there's 3 types of dhikr. Dhikr of the tongue, dhikr of the heart, and dhikr of the body, physical dhikr. Now what are these? Dhikr of the tongue, of course we know it's a very common one. We recite alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah, subhanallah, glory be to God, all praise be to God. There is no power except with God. It's reminding yourself these by saying them out loud. The second type of dhikr is dhikr of the heart. You are constantly thinking about Allah, thinking about His proofs. When you go outside, you look at the tree, you look at the sky, you look at the clouds, and you're remembering Him, you're remembering His beauties. You're recalling His divine names in your brain. You're thinking about who is Ar-Rahman, who is Ar-Rahim. You're thinking about that. That's dhikr of the heart. And dhikr of the body, what could that be? What do you guys think? Praying, yes, it's physical worship. You can't claim to know Allah and love Allah and then not do what He told us. If you truly know Allah, if you truly love Allah, you're going to pray. You're going to show this through your physical actions. You're going to make dua physically. You're going to pray. You're going to give charity. These should all remind you of Allah, and they should protect you from ghaflah. It's like putting on a helmet before you go on the bike or a motorcycle. If you do fall, which happens because we're humans, you have some kind of protection. Our Prophet Muhammad ﷺ said, "Control and renew your ships once more, for the sea is truly deep. Take your provisions perfectly, for the journey is truly long. Keep your load light, for the slope before you is truly steep. Be sincere in your deeds, for God who scrutinizes everything is aware of what you do." What am I trying to bring your attention to here? Now listen closely, because this is so valuable for you guys. This is one of the things that can protect you all your life. Remembering that Allah is omnipresent, that Allah always sees you, always hears you. No matter where you are, whether you're at home, whether you're at school, whether you're at work, Allah is able to see you. If you remember that, then you're going to act with caution. If you know your teacher's watching you while you're studying or you're taking a test, what are you going to do? You're going to be really hard at work. If you know your mom is watching you clean, you're not going to just do a bad job. You're going to really clean. Same thing applies to our religion, to our iman. If we truly realize that Allah is watching us every step of our life, you're going to do the best you can. And that way, you will be protected from ghaflah. You will be protected. You have to recognize that every single person will taste death. This sounds morbid, but you have to remember this. We're all going to die. We're all going to go to barzakh. We're all going to be in the grave. If you forget this, chances are you're going to be a victim to these diseases. It's easier to prevent the diseases than try to get away from the disease, try to cure yourself, heal from them. So take the steps now. It's said that the pleasures of this world are like whirlpool. You all know what whirlpools are. Once you get in, it's really hard to get out. You're sucked in and you go round and round and round until you get to a point where it's very bad for you. right? You just get sucked into the loop. You don't want to get into the whirlpool. You want to protect yourself from that. So continuously discuss, reflect, ponder, remember Allah, think about Allah, and protect yourself from the veil that covers our heart, our eyes, our ears. Inshallah, Allah will protect us from heedlessness, from ghaflah, from anything that endangers our iman. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Al-Fatiha.
We have new and amazing videos coming up.
Don't forget to like,
subscribe, and comment.
Stay tuned.